Hello, and welcome to this episode of the Happy Workaholic Podcast. I'm your host, Kellyanne Gorman. I'm a business, LinkedIn, and podcast coach, as well as a luxury brand consultant, and I help business owners take their brands to the next level by implementing my personal techniques when it comes to growing their service, sales, and social media. Over the past 20 years, I've helped grow multiple brands in the beauty, hospitality, health, and luxury travel markets. I've exceeded all of their expectations, and I'm here to share my tips and tricks on how I did it. Inspiration, motivation, and determination are what got me to where I am today. And trust me, living with an autoimmune disease is never an easy task. So you can definitely expect some pretty crazy stories shared here as well. Don't forget, the after show happens after each episode in the Happy Workaholic Podcast Facebook group, and that's where I'll be every week to answer all of your questions. Now, if you want to hear any of my exclusive news first, just visit thehappyworkaholic.com, scroll down to the bottom of the page, and sign up for my weekly VIP newsletter. Now, let's get started with today's show. Hey everyone, welcome back to today's show. This is episode number 96, and what I'm going to be talking with you about today is how I end my month and how I start a new month with new opportunities and goals and plans and all that fun stuff. But before I dive into today's episode, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, creator and founder of the Embracing the Brilliance, Shannon Garrison Nagy. Ladies, you are going to want to stay until the very end because Shannon has something very special to share with you. Now, I also want to get into what is happening on episode 100, which is only a few shows away, and it is the I Chose This Life series. And I have been talking about this literally for over a year, like since the day I launched this podcast, that this would be happening. And so many things got in the way, but that just goes to show you that you just have to keep, going through it all and going through life and know that if you work hard enough, it's all going to happen. So if you're unfamiliar with the I Chose This Life series, head to thehappyworkaholic.com for more info, but I am going to share with you briefly what it's about. So I am going to be interviewing other female entrepreneurs, and they're going to be sharing their stories, their struggles, their triumphs, and really what it is that they did to get them to where they are today and why they chose this life that they're living. So I'm super pumped up about it. Episode 100, it's kicking off, and I could not be any more thrilled to share these amazing women with you because you are going to absolutely love every single one of them. So let's dive into today's show. Now, I know I've talked about being organized with your business before, but I want to share with you exactly what it is that I do on the end of the month, which is always on the 1st of, obviously today's October 1st, but the 1st of the month. So every 1st of the month, I'm literally in my pajamas, in my bed all day, banging out my work. And then I shower. But sometimes I get really pumped up and I'll shower before, but why not take advantage of being able to work in my PJs from my bed, right? So on the 1st of every month, I have to, for myself as well as some of my clients that I am in charge of their social media, do all of our end of month stats. So I have created a super simple Excel spreadsheet which I am able to check my stats on all social media platforms, including Facebook groups, my podcast stats, and all that fun stuff, so that I can see where it is I'm growing and where I need to focus on. And if you ever need something like this, feel free to find me on social media, message me that you heard about this on today's show, and I'll shoot you that Excel spreadsheet. It's literally the easiest one that you can ever, work with. While I clear my throat, by the way, let's just talk about pumpkin spice seasoning in your coffee. It's delicious. Shout out to whoever made my pumpkin spice seasoning that is in my coffee because I forgot. For those of you that are drinking pumpkin spice lattes, just know that syrup is going to give you major cavities. So I highly suggest that you go get pumpkin pie seasoning from your local grocery store, throw it in the coffee, and boom, you have pumpkin spice coffee. Or you can go to World Market and get their flavored coffee, which I haven't gone to yet. And I need to, because their coffee is my absolute favorite. I always get pumpkin spice and eggnog around the holidays, and it's like to die for. It's also not strong enough for me, so I have to mix it with, some dark roast Colombian espresso coffee, because that's just how I live my life. But anyway, before I get sidetracked, we really need to do another show like just on coffee, because I'm extremely well-versed in that department. So end of month goals. So I should say end of month to-dos. So what I do is track all of my stats. That's first and foremost. Something else I do is put everything that's on my computer. I'm super organized on my laptop as well. So I have folders for all of my clients and all of the projects I'm working on. So what I do is put them all in a little folder, and for example, it says September Dropbox. So anything I worked on throughout the month needs to be put into my client's Dropbox, into one of mine, into my external hard drive, and I wipe everything off my computer for the month and then put it in a cloud so that it's backed up like double time, and in case something ever goes wrong, which it has in the past, and I was very lucky, twice actually, that I did not lose any information. So you always want to make sure you back up all of your stuff that you're working on, whether it's just yours or your clients'. That way, you're good to go in that department. And while you're on your computer, why not back it up and do all of the annoying updates that it keeps asking you for and you keep turning off? Get that shit done, because you just know that every first of the month, your computer's backed up, all your documents are saved, whether it's on an external hard drive or a cloud, and you're just like good to go. So I make sure everything is organized in the folders, and then I upload it to another cloud or hard drive, and then back up my computer, put everything on the external hard drive, and we're good to go. So that is priority for me after I do my Excel spreadsheets, of course, because the ones that I'm doing for my clients, they know and expect them on the 1st. So that is something that I do for the end of the month that has really kept me on my toes. I've been doing it for years now, to be honest with you, and it's really something that's great to do just to keep you more organized. Now, when it comes to the first of the month, what I do is set all my new goals. So I'm literally staring at my planner right now, and I am so OCD when it comes to my planner. I'm very specific on how I want it. So I'm one of those people that needs to look at the whole entire month at a glance with the little squares. And then I need each page to have lines. If there was not lines in my planner, like I would be one of those people still writing diagonally on a 90-degree angle on a chalkboard. Like I need a line so that I can literally read what I'm writing. So I'm staring at my month at a glance, and I have all my bills written on the day they're due, highlighted in green. I have all my medical appointments I need to go to, highlighted in blue. I have all of my work that I need to take care of, and client meetings and calls and anything having to do with work, highlighted in orange. And then everything that is for fun and personal and baby showers and happy hours and all that fun stuff, highlighted in pink. So when I look at my calendar at a glance, the month of October, I literally am seeing a lot of blue, lots of orange, green, and pink. It's kind of like I guess they're all even this month. I have a lot of doctor's appointments, but that's how I like to look at it, so that when I'm looking at the highlights, I know like what is going on. That's just how my brain works. So I do the month, I usually start it like a week before to put all my bills and my appointments and all of that fun stuff. And then on the 1st, I really hone in on what I have to accomplish for the month, whether it's meetings and calls and all that stuff. My to-dos that are daily go on each page. So I have a schedule for myself when it comes to pushing out content online. So on Mondays, I either do a blog post or a new podcast, a special podcast, or something that I've just been thinking about. I always do something extra special to kick off my week on a Monday. Tuesdays and Thursdays are always my LinkedIn posts, although last week I did one every day because I like to repurpose my content, which is something that you should definitely take part in if you're not doing already. Wednesday, my VIP email list goes, newsletters go out to my list. So if you're not on that and you want to sign up, just head to my website, thehappyworkaholic.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and then you'll see where you can sign up. And then on Friday, I always have a brand new podcast. So that's my online schedule, and that's what I put on the bottom line of each day. And then if I have social media content that has to go out for clients, that's listed so that I can cross off every day when that's happening. And then I have all my client to-dos and other stuff that I'm working on as content that I need to push out as well. So that's just something that I really like to do on the first of every month. And I want to share with you guys a couple more tips, but I want to thank today's sponsor of this show. So I just want to ask you, what if you had someone who supported you through that transition from 9 to 5 to entrepreneur? What if they helped remove any limiting beliefs around lack of confidence and helped you gain ultimate clarity on who and how you serve, all while becoming an influencer in the online world? Meet Shannon Garrison-Negi, wife, mom to 2 beautiful daughters and 2 giant fur babies. Shannon is also known for being a super passionate entrepreneur in the online space. For years, she's been providing financial and strategic decision support to companies around the world, from finding $500,000 in extra expenses to growing a company from $0 to $40 million in its first year. Her experiences have given her the knowledge she needs to help others get free on their own terms. She helps women unlock the keys to financial freedom outside of the corporate world, get ultra clear on who it is that you serve, build that confidence, and remove the money block so that they can step into their higher self. She also believes that everyone should understand how to make money with ease and design a life that they are in love with. After 17 years helping other companies grow from the bottom up, she is determined to help others as well. She's offering a free strategy call to anyone who is ready to take action and get moving forward. So all you have to do is visit the link in the Happy Workaholic Podcast show notes and mention the Happy Workaholic when booking your call. Ladies, you will also find Shannon's social media pages in the show notes, so be sure to give her a follow because she is truly amazing and you are going to want to see what she has to offer. Shannon, thank you so much for being a sponsor of today's show. I could not have done it without you. And if you guys are interested, like I said, just check out the show notes. You will find all of her links there and get on that strategy call. Now let's hop back into today's show. So I know I mentioned earlier that the I Chose This Life series is happening. I have been talking about how I'm staying organized with my end of month to-dos, my new month goals. I need to rewrite my new month goals today. And speaking of rewriting, there's something I learned from Rachel Hollis. And by the way, if you don't know her, you're literally living under a rock. And I'm also doing a challenge with her that I'm going to share with you. But I write down 10 things that I'm trying to get through or accomplished every single day. If I haven't accomplished it, then I have to rewrite it the next day. And I don't know if you're one of these people, but I actually need to do this with my planner and my notebook. Every day I need a fresh page. I don't know, my brain and my OCD, I just literally need a fresh page. There's nothing better than crossing off a to-do. And I like to start every day fresh, just like I like to start every month fresh. So what I'm doing is setting new intentions, what I want to accomplish, all of the new social media stats and goals I need to get done. Everything is written down. And I just mentioned I was doing a challenge with Rachel Hollis, and that is the last 90 days. You really need to check it out. I'm not sure if it's too late, but I am giving up Diet Coke. I'm continuing to give up Diet Coke. I was going to incorporate gluten and sugar, but I'm trying really hard not to have them, but I know I can stick with Diet Coke until the end of the year. Well, at least I hope so. It's been 3 weeks already, and I think that's the furthest I've ever gone without my fountain Diet Cokes. So I'm doing that challenge. I'm doing an Instagram stories challenge with Alex Beaton, who's amazing. And I'm doing a Facebook challenge with Jasmine Starr, who's also amazing. So I really like to invest in myself and take time, whether it's a meditation challenge, whether it's a workout challenge, whether it's business challenges. I'm really focusing hard on my business this month. I'm doing a mastermind that I just launched. So there's a lot on my plate, but I have to be organized and strategic in how I'm going about everything, which is why I wanted to share what I do after every end of the month to close that chapter, start off new. I've been using a lot of different meditation and sleeping apps lately, so I'm incorporating those. And there's just nothing better than starting a brand new month. I mean, to be honest with you, you have new goals, new intentions. I'm incorporating a lot more business owners into my brand and sharing them with you guys soon for the I Chose This Life series, which I could not be any more excited about. And there's just a lot going on. So I'm really excited for a new month. I'm even more excited about my pumpkin spice iced coffee, which I just took a huge sip of right now. And by the way, if you need my recipe, check out my Instagram stories at the Happy Workaholic, because I am sharing a ton of healthy recipes and my meal prepping over there as well, because you really need to find balance. And that's what my mastermind is all about. I love being organized. I was a professional organizer for a while, so I can't work in a dirty, messy space. I'll literally go crazy. So I feel like if you're organized more in your personal life, then it can come over more into your business, and you can really set yourself up for success and accomplish more goals. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you guys today, is how I close out my month, how I set intentions for the new month, why I'm investing in my business more. I wanted to share with you Shannon, because she's amazing. So don't forget to schedule your call with her, and my pumpkin spice coffee, of course. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode. There's so much more to come, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for listening to today's show. If you liked this episode, please let me know by writing me a review on iTunes for the Happy Workaholic Podcast. I would truly appreciate it. As I always say, sharing is caring. Don't forget, the after show happens after each episode in the Happy Workaholic Podcast Facebook group. And that is where I am every week to answer all of your questions. Now, just so you know, I have been spending so much time over on my Instagram, and I would love to connect with you over there. You can find me at the Happy Workaholic, and don't forget to tag me when listening to your favorite episode so I can showcase you on my Instagram stories. For any other information regarding the Happy Workaholic Network, leverage your LinkedIn and your podcast production, just visit thehappyworkaholic.com. I hope that you are having a wonderful week, and I will talk to you again soon.